I loved the watercolor background that seemed to change weather patterns, like the weather patterns inside of us constantly shifting, and it had that nice moody atmospheric quality to it, which I think really lent well to the piece and gave it that emotional gravity. Um, and really showed those, yeah, shifting tides inside in a very atmospheric way. The battle that one has with oneself, what we need to part ways with, and ultimately what's maybe holding us back. So I thought this was a really lovely exploration of that in a very authentic and genuine way. I love the shock and that satisfied smile when they looked in the mirror at the end. The, what have I done? And I love what I've done. And yeah, I'm just all about an ending where a character feels like they've realized themselves.
Fascinating, visceral quality to it. It's the whole premise, or it's a scene we've seen before. Someone, in front of the mirror with a pair of scissors, appearing, tormented. But this just felt fresh being told in this style of animation, the way it was, and yeah, really rather remarkable short film.
I liked the animation style. It was very on point. It seemed almost like markers and play with different types of markers kind of mixed with crayons and colored pencils and stuff drawing, where it felt very old school, like it was hand drawn rather than done on a computer, and I kind of like that. I I really do like this film. It's different. It shows that things have that hair. It kind of shows what it is. That sometimes hair just has a life of its own, and it can really frustrate you. I really thought I was kind of probably the only one that gets frustrated with my hair, which is why I don't really do anything with it. But I think it's quite interesting that someone else shows this that it has a life of its own, and also put in the mental health aspect with it too, with the water coming to life and it looks just like her and is hugging her, but she's killing it like she's killing a part of herself so she can begin anew. It made it a very interesting concept.
I think that it is a common knowledge concept that um, people get their haircuts and their hair done all the time. Their relationship with their hair, there's such symbolism in what hair is for a person, especially on the cinematic screen. Oftentimes, when people go through a transition in life, they sometimes shave their heads completely. Maybe it's a moment like in 50-50 when Joseph Gordon-Levitt has cancer, or this task of split ends. What happens when you get split ends? It's because of this lack of care that you're taking with yourself. And so um, the exploration of these uh, bouts of sadness and depression even, and you kind of see this through the color theory of the choice of using all of these hues of blue. It's the animation is um, definitely showcases its own technique, its own purpose, its own vision, creatively speaking. And so we're all familiar what it's like to be free of our split ends. And so as you get to see the means of the new beginnings that come with that.
I love the animation technique. It is so clean and so basic, but I think with the very deep story in such a short time, it really aligns perfectly. They have this lovely music and an absolutely clever title. Um, what I got is that they speak about overcoming negativity and mostly negative self-talk. I think it's brilliant and it is short and sweet.
Watercolor drawing technique in the short film, so you can see the movement when there's some change in the scenes, or they moving forward from the sequence. So it's pretty fantastic to see that. And in terms of the theme, it talks about like we have like a split like side in ourselves, and maybe a part of that might not want to keep going with what we have in life, but we just need to make sure like that like split like would be like mended at some point to make sure our life is going forward as planned. So it's kind of like a truth of life, like through this short film. It's brief, concise, and nice to consume.